Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Warm welcome to everyone, all the distinguished guests who basically have arrived here at a very short notice. I think we conceived this program had been in my mind for as long as we extended the invite to the learned speaker Sami Kumluk. But his schedule had been so tight that I could not see such an opening. Only day before yesterday, we could figure out that perhaps this could be the slot where we can invite our guests, our friends, who can benefit from his expertise and his insights on the important subject of generative AI. So thank you again, each and every one of you. Now, the subject is quite interesting, and there is a lot of talk around that. But the real expertise and understanding and grip on the subject is still, much at the infancy stage. Some are already working on these concepts for quite some time, and but I think the way in the past few months the generative AI has taken the world by storm after the launch of ChatGPT, Bard, and other tools. So the pace has been breathtaking. We, in our own small capacity at Terrabiz, have benefited a lot with these tools, and I hope that not only in our personal spheres, but in our businesses, in our organizations, we are comprehending these tools and understanding how this is going to impact the way we have been working. So today's talk is around mostly focused on the human side of the AI, the performance, productivity, and performance enhancement at the organization level, the team building, and all that. So that part will be delved into by the learned speaker. A brief, background about him. We invited Sami earlier this week, and he had conducted sessions where there was a first one dedicated session on banking, so the implications and the impact of AI on banking industry. So we had a good turnout, and senior level audience attended that training. The feedback has been phenomenal. And the following day, we had a full day session again on artificial intelligence and its impact on businesses. So there we had a mixed bag of people from a different background: HR, marketing, finance, operations, supply chain. And the discussion had been divided into 4 or 5 sessions, and then we integrated the discussion into a whole. As to how these going to impact every department and the organization as a whole. So the feedback I was going through again had been really good. Not only the subject, but the expertise and the way it was approached. And we had been greatly facilitated by PwC Pakistan, the AF Fergusons, who have been our knowledge partners and provided us their learned faculty, who basically kept the discussion germane to our own environment, which greatly enhanced the learning and the Q&A sessions. With this, I would like to formally welcome Sami Kumluk. He's a PhD in finance. He's a sterling background, academic background, and professional achievement. He heads the Digital Transformation Academy of the MENA region for PwC. And AI is the one area where he excels. So that's a brief, talk by my side. Again, warm welcome to all of you. Program is being recorded, will be shortly aired on YouTube channel as well after proper editing. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, I give you Sami Kumluk.
Thank you very much, Hamza Bey. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How is everybody doing? All good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for making the time, and it's a pleasure, it's my honor to be in front of such a distinguished audience. I'm really glad I was very well taken care of in the past 3 days in Pakistan. So thanks for the warm hospitality again. Okay, so today we will start with the disruption. What's going on with this generative AI, other digital innovations that we should be aware of, and how it affects? How is it going? Is it going good? Is it going in a some interesting levels? And we will deep dive into AI. What do we need to know about AI? Don't worry, I will not share all technical details. Don't be scared. I'll just in simple terms, only the level. What do we need to know about AI in terms of how it works in the background? So you can start thinking about, okay, I can use AI in my work, in HR, in other parts of the business to benefit. And of course, our the technology of our day, generative AI. Who is using ChatGPT here? Okay, great. So my job will be easy. So what it is about, and more importantly, what are the implications for us, for the business, for the workforce? So how should the leadership, how should HR look at the workforce of the future? How it will look like, how the productivity is, the number of employees, so what are the implications for us? And then we will move on to some more people management examples, how AI is used specifically. Then we will tackle some of the challenges briefly. And then finally, how do we achieve this transformation, both at the individual and organizational level, what it means for us. My name is Semih Kumluk. And I initially studied at Middle East Technical University and then moved to the Middle East region 10 years after. I studied chemical engineering. This might be surprising. When I was transitioning into the field of data science, during an interview, I literally said, data is the new oil. And as a chemical engineer, I know how to process oil very well. That's why you should pick me. And I got to roll. It was my transition into the world of data. I started at Unilever, then moved to telecommunications, did masters in technology management, PhD finance, and I got my executive education from Kellogg School of Management. So I have a background of both business and AI skills. So this will be my advice at the very end. Let me give you the message. First also, you don't need to move to IT. You don't need to have studied computer science to reap the benefits of AI. You just need to have the necessary mindset and the knowledge and start thinking about AI. Anyone recognizes this place where this photo was taken? Anyone? Yes, Istanbul. This is the bridge connecting Asia and Europe. You might see the bluish sea here. I both swam under and ran over this bridge from Asia to Europe. I have both intercontinental swimmer and intercontinental athlete titles. And this country highlights the map countries I visited so far. And Pakistan is the 41st country I visited so far. It's my first time here. Okay, let's hear some thoughts. What comes to your mind when you hear the term AI? Just shout, please. Bot, robot, physical robots, some machines, machine learning. Oh, we have some experts here. What else? Automation, very good. Intelligent technologies. Data models, yeah, of course, it's about data algorithms. Okay, very good. So the level is quite good actually in the room. Yeah, it's like combination of all of them because, I cannot employ some robot here. We will focus on the software side of the AI. We will see some algorithms. We will see how it deals with, how it works with data. And of course, ChatGPT is the most popular AI tool in our day. If you look at the adoption of ChatGPT, it reached 1 million users only in 5 days. And now Threads, the new Instagram app, reached it only in 1 hour. So do you see the trends? It is getting quicker and quicker. There is a rush. There is a, I can say, speed of change is quite fast in our day. So I have two news for you, one good, one bad news. So the change wasn't so fast ever before. So, but also it will never be this slow again. So you're seeing the slowest change so far, or in your lifetime, sorry. So it will be faster and faster and faster. So what do we mean by that? Let's see some examples of disruption. Encyclopedia. Do you keep encyclopedias, volumes of encyclopedias in your houses still? How many? No, only a few. Like maybe because you like nostalgia. Because Wikipedia replaced them, right? Or how many of you are reading paper-printed newspapers every day? Only a few, 1, 2. It was quite a joy, actually, that the sound it makes, folding and everything. When I stay in the hotels, they usually give it, I keep them. But we don't have them. Even some newspapers close. Photography machines. Do you remember the Canon machines? When you press, it was going out, and they were quite popular, right? Only 5-10 years ago. But currently, no one has them. Or DVDs. Do you keep those large DVDs in your library? Like books? One. I also still have a few in my library. And finally, do you have CDs in your car? Like we used to have those buckets like towers for them. Only a few. So this is what we mean by disruption. Some extremely popular things not so long ago don't exist anymore. So this is a lesson for us. This is how we can do the projection for the future. And on the other side of the coin, some businesses, some people, some startups, some entrepreneurs reap the benefits of disruption using AI and other technologies. And their business model is quite different. Uber, they don't own any taxi. They are world's largest taxi company. Airbnb, they don't own any real estate. Or Netflix, they don't own any movie theaters. So this is how they are disrupting the business. So being solid, strong, but not flexible is not helping anymore. And I heard the sad news of Pakistani people in the Titanic accident again. So the Titanic has something here. So in this new world, we need some new skills. Did you hear the term IQ? You must have. EQ, emotional. What about AQ? AQ, what it might mean? No, not artificial. We will come to that. Yes, adaptability, very good. Adaptability quotient. How quickly you learn these new technologies, AI in our case, and how quickly you implement it in your job. What is in it for you? Your boss will ask you after this session, I can assure you, I will give you your names. What did you learn? What does it mean for us? How we can use AI now? I'll play a video here, what we can learn from the nature in terms of adaptation. Adapting quickly, rapidly to changing environments. Let's see.
So a single bubble in the air is always a sphere. But if they touch each other, they can save material for both of them by sharing a common wall. And so they do. If they can save surface area by taking advantage of their environment, they will.
So when you've got just one bubble, the sphere is the most efficient shape. But as we add more bubbles, we see the geometry changing. So in this case, We've got 4 bubbles, and you can see them meeting at a point, but put a shape in the middle. We don't get a spherical bubble. We get, in fact, a little tetrahedron. With 4 faces, they're not exactly flat, they're parts of spheres. But each time the bubbles are trying to find the most efficient shape for the arrangement of bubbles. So now we've got 6 bubbles, we've got a little cube appearing in the middle. This is nature's laws at work. The universe is always trying to find the most efficient solution it can. And as we pop them, the bubbles change, finding the most efficient, until we're left with a sphere again.
It has no choice.
But what's most remarkable is that those solutions are so often neat geometric shapes.
Wow, that's a dodecahedron. That's fantastic. And they're almost perfect pentagons, aren't they? That's really surprising. They're not bulging really very much at all.
That's right. That's right.
So 12 bubbles around make 12 faces, and the most economical shape that they can make, the lowest energy, is the dodecahedron in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned it has no choice. During COVID, did we have to choose to resist? Did you say, I don't want to learn online, I don't want to learn how to use Zoom, I cannot work remotely? We all adapted, right? And we adapted quickly. So same applies, just we have those skills, we practiced them during COVID. We need to apply it in the case of AI. I would like to begin with discussing the breakthrough developments which leads to current popularity of AI. Do we have any gamers here? Anyone playing computer games, or your children playing all night, all weekends? So what is the importance of graphics cards for gamers? Huge importance, right? Very important for that seamless experience. All that large volumes of video data in the background to move, look around, etc., etc. You should have a good hardware. So AI researchers discovered that the same graphics card equipped to analyze this huge video data can be used by AI algorithms to analyze large amounts of data. Think about self-driving cars. We have a lot of data, right? We have all the cameras around the car, sensors, radar systems, LiDAR systems. All this data needs to be analyzed so quickly, real time, so that the car makes real-time decisions, accelerate, brake, turn, etc., etc. So they solved that buffer time by this discovery. And then the accumulation of big data. Later, we will further explore that data is the raw material of AI. Can you imagine? 90% of the data we have has been generated only in the last 2 years. So it's huge, exponential accumulation of big data, and it's the raw material of AI, processing power multiplied by the raw material. Then we were able to tackle challenging problems with AI. I shared this code, but it is not the full code. If data is the new oil, AI is the new electricity. AI is the best way to process, to burn that oil. We are not interested in oil, right, as public. We are interested in electricity. We are interested in energy, movement of our cars as people, as public. So AI is doing that. It is analyzing data and giving us those valuable insights. Let's go into some terminology. Let's clear the mist, demystify the AI and machine learning. I have 4 bubbles, pink, orange, brown, and yellow, and 4 terms. The relationship between bubbles will give us the relationship between the terms, okay? And your task is to match them. Which term is the pink bubble, the biggest one? Which term? Please shout. AI, deep learning, the colors are misleading. One AI, any other thoughts? We are here to learn. Data science. Orange one, the smaller. Machine learning. Any other? Deep learning. Smallest one, the brown. Deep learning. Yellow. AI. Okay. So mostly correct. AI is the umbrella term. It is the widest term which is used to define computer systems simulating our human intelligence, artificial form of intelligence. Okay? Calculator in that sense is also AI. It is doing what we do in our minds with 100% accuracy in a faster way. Any software you use, any app you use is under AI. But machine learning, it will be our focus today. It is a special form of AI. It is why AI is so popular right now, that it learns itself. What machine learns from? What machine is learning from? Data, yes, data. That's where data becomes important. Deep learning is a special form of AI. It is more advanced. We go into the world of neural networks, if you heard. They require more data, more computer power, but also they enable more advanced solutions. ChatGPT, Siri, autonomous cars, most advanced solutions are all under deep learning. Data science is a bit different. We have data preparation activities here, and here data management, data governance, data access, data warehousing, etc. Anyone using Google Maps? Google Translate? Siri, talking to Siri when you feel lonely? Don't do that much. Anyone checking spam box, spam folder, like every month, every week or so? Yeah. We all have been benefiting from AI in our daily lives, actually. Because we didn't call them AI, we called it Siri, navigation, etc., etc. So now it's time to bring it to ourselves, how we can use it in our work, or how we can start developing some AI solutions to make our lives, our business lives easier. Okay, let's start by some movies. I always like using videos, movies. Which of these movies did you watch? All of them. Which one is your favorite? Terminators, Matrix, any Avengers fans? Okay, quite a few. The common theme, of course, is AI, and the common theme is unfortunately all these catastrophic scenarios. And since it is the future of work, all the big debate, will AI take our jobs? Will robots invade the world, etc., etc.? So any opinions? Just shortly, a few. Who says yes? AI will take our jobs. A few. Who says no? Who are in the middle? Okay. Yes, sir, please.
I was saying when the machines came, they took a few jobs.
When machines came?
They started taking over jobs.
They already started.
They started helping us.
Yeah.
I think it will go the same way. Yeah, but it will eventually take repetitive, such work.
Yeah. So it depends on the jobs. This is a World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report, and it was published during COVID. Here are jobs of today, okay? And here are jobs of tomorrow. Do we have any finance people here? Finance, accounting, audit. So bad news is that there is no finance here in jobs of tomorrow. In HR, we have people culture. It is mostly, as you can see, cloud, engineering, data, AI, product development, content, etc. So it will be a transformation. We will do our jobs by using AI. Can you think of any business professional, white-collar employee, doing their jobs without computers today? No. Can you think of any business professional doing their jobs with computers 50 years ago? No. We all learned like it was the transformation. Some of our senior delegates here went through this transformation. Some of us just born into the smartphones, etc. So we have different experiences, but it will be similar kind of transformation. So don't be afraid about that. Just equip yourselves with the skills. Can you tell me the position of cat in this photo, please? From left, from right. Third one from left, second from right. Yes, correct. There is nothing tricky in this picture. So this is a very easy question for us humans. Even our daughter, when she was 1 year old, she could differentiate between how and meow. Okay, but it is a bit of a challenging task for AI, okay? AI needs to see, in particular machine learning, thousands of cat and dog pictures to answer the same question. Different types, different colors, body types, etc., etc. So it learns a bit slower than us. Okay? Same question. This picture, please. Where is the cat in this photo? Yes, we will come to that. Anyone? Anyone with elven eyes, Superman, Superwoman eyes? No, not yet. No cat. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. There is no cat in this photo. In the first one person said, is it locked in this chest here? So it took us a bit while, right? To scan through, you look through, maybe you wanted to come up here, etc., etc. But once AI tackles the first question, it is very easy for it. It would just scan through the image and give the answer in blip of a second. So think about AI to delegate these kind of tasks, please. It is not the fanciest task of all, right? Looking at the pictures, checking cat, no cat, third position. And AI is doing it faster than us, usually with more accuracy. Maybe you might miss a cat here. So delegate, identify and delegate these kind of tasks to AI. That would be my message. Okay, let's go deeper into the machine learning, our major focus today. Let me first remind you how traditional programming looks like before going into the machine learning. In traditional programming, we have the coder, programmer, software developer. They write the code. They define the code, all the rules embedded into the code. Let's say in HR, we have the criteria for shortlisting candidates, okay? Age, experience, some university, top universities, maybe military service, all those kind of, maybe expat, foreign experience, abroad experience, etc. So when we have a new job applicant, if they meet the criteria, they are shortlisted. Otherwise, thank you very much. Okay, so straightforward. When we look at machine learning, the equation changes, as you see. Now the program is the output of the algorithm. We don't explicitly program in machine learning. This is the power of machine learning. It learns itself from the data. All the past job applicants' profile, all their CVs, and the result of the application process. Are they hired or not? So machine learns itself by looking at thousands of data, thousands of examples. It is able to differentiate what makes an applicant a good application, what makes a profile a bad application, so we should reject, we should not shortlist. Machine learns itself. Now multiplied with all this big data we have been accumulating, etc., etc. So this is how we are using machine learning. I'd like to do a demonstration to further help you embrace the topic, how it works. And I need 2 volunteers for the same. Let me do it first myself and I will invite you. Okay, I'll just take snapshots of my face with different angles, maybe some mimics. Okay, so 2 volunteers to come up here and repeat the same, please. Who would like to join me? Who would like to test machine learning firsthand? 2 volunteers, please. Yes, 1 and 2nd. Thank you very much. Some applause for our brave. Yes, sir, please also. I need 2. Your name, sir? Kazin?
Kazi, yes.
With Q or Q-A-Z-A. Okay, if you can appear here, I will do the... If you can twist your head, up, down, right, left. Okay, thank you very much. And your name, sir? Yeah. Okay, if you can stand, I will do the recording. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. If you can just hold on, we will test the system. So we have the data. Input data, pictures, output, names. What I do now, I just click train the model. I didn't write any program. I didn't say anything about the pictures. I didn't say what we wear, how we look like, glasses, microphone, nothing. I just poured the data. And when I appear again, it says this is 100% semi, but with different angles, I look more like Adil from the distance. If you can test it as well, please. Yeah. Okay, we can test it, like try it together. Okay, thank you very much. So we will come to some challenges when it is empty, why it says Kaza, we will park it. Thank you very much. But this is how machine learns. We don't explicitly program in machine learning, okay? It learns itself from the data. This is something we need to grasp if we want to move to the field of AI. AI is not some magical computer brain, some genius guy's program and it can answer all questions. No, it learns from the data. ChatGPT learned from all the data on internet. It was trained with all the text almost we have on the internet. That's how it is able to answer those. It is not that those engineers were genius to build that, etc. No. Anyone recognizes this guy? Speaker, what kind of a speaker? Alexa, yes. Alexa, did you hear Alexa? Amazon's smart speaker. It's like Siri, if you like. Like it's combination of Siri and ChatGPT, okay? You can speak with it and it answers many questions. When you connect it to your smart home utilities or smart office, you can control your home by speaking to Alexa, okay? So when you say Alexa, like in the movies, it is actually available. When you say Alexa, turn on the light, please, and Alexa does the job. This is machine learning, okay? When you say Alexa, it's dark here, and Alexa still does the job, this is deep learning, okay? This is very like quick differentiation between the two. Deep learning is more advanced. In machine learning, you need specific instructions. Turn on the light. Clear, it just needs to have the understanding capabilities and does the job. But in deep learning, it needs to understand what you imply by mentioning it's dark here. It is more advanced, and this is the field of deep learning. Okay, any questions so far? Before we move on to generative AI? Okay. Do we have any David Guetta, Eminem fans? Electro, rap music? Okay, this video is for you.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground. This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground.
Eminem, bro.
Rave sound.
There's something that I made as a joke, and it works so good, I could not believe it. I discovered those websites that are about AI. Basically, you can write lyrics in the style of any artist you like. So I typed, write a verse in the style of Eminem about future rave. And I went to another AI website that can recreate the voice. I put the text in that and I played the record and people went nuts.
Yeah. Before we dig deeper into generative AI, let's test your skills to identify AI-generated image. One of these ladies is real human. The other three are fake content, AI-generated images, okay? Can you tell me which one is real human? C is majority, 1D, B, A. Who says A? Who says B? Who says C? D? Okay, please remember, I'll create some mystery here and give the answer at the end. In 1923, they depicted future of electricity in our year 2023. And actually they knew about ChatGPT. Can you imagine? They thought there will be something like Idea Dynamo, which is ChatGPT, and a cartoon dynamo, which will take the ideas from Idea Dynamo and Draw, which is image generators. How come? It's really amazing. But they still were thinking we use those wired attached to wall fonts. So when we are into generative AI, really we are talking about creativity. But not just machine creativity, human creativity amplified by the machine creativity. We will go deeper into those. You can come up with these kind of designs, joint designed by Nike and this Jacquemus brand. Really, really interesting stuff. I'll show you more content here. Generative AI is about generating some new stuff. Just ChatGPT is not just doing copy-paste from Wikipedia to answer you. It has some knowledge about Wikipedia, some about other forums, some from GitHub. So it is generating by collating the answer from all the text it was trained on, okay? Sometimes it does the copy-paste. It is a bit of a challenge. Which of these images look nicer to you? Which one do you prefer? B, mostly B. Any A's? Okay, we have a couple robots in the room. Rest are human. This is AI generated, isn't it? This is human photo. Both are award winners in different years, but really the quality is increasing as we speak. And of course, we cannot leave the room without talking about ChatGPT. It is common to answer a very, very wide range of questions. But my suggestion would be to use ChatGPT for suggestions, for brainstorming. Don't get the output of ChatGPT as it is to put into a report or presentation or a social media post, because of some challenges that the data is biased, because not every group has the same representation on internet. it says itself usually that the data, the answer might not be accurate. So you might fall into that trick. And also you might face those IP challenges that actually the work is directly copied from someone else's, which is what OpenAI is dealing with at the moment. This will really change our world. Bill Gates would know. One of the things is how we work. This is what it means for the workforce. This is a very big, large empirical study. They work with different professions and they measured the time to complete the text writing, drafting activities. And when we use AI, the time spent is 37% less. So 37% productivity improvement when you use AI here. So good news for HR people. You don't need to just tackle those FTE challenges, number of employees, like salary, budget challenges, etc. It's a great help here. But also, if you look at the amount of or the proportion of the task, how much time we spent here, the amount of time we spent proportionally for drafting text decreases because we get it from ChatGPT, but the ratio of editing, polishing text increases. So this is what we need to ourselves for the future of work. We need to improve our editing skills, polishing skills. If you are good at drafting, but you give your colleagues to finalize your text or some work presentation, you better improve your editing skills because this will be the future of work. Which one? A or B? A, some B's. Okay, split in this time. A is the AI generated image. It's very nice, one of the most popular AI generated images. I think some science fiction movies will take this scene soon. We will really looking forward to see that. And Gartner also puts generative AI in productivity revolution. Both creativity and productivity are under the umbrella of generative AI. And generative AI, ChatGPT, is text generation. Now we have Google's Bard and other tools are being introduced here. We also have the image generation, what I've been showing you. Midjourney, Stability AI are the most popular, most powerful ones. We also have code generation tools as well. Do we have any coders here, software developers, programmers? Okay, bad news for you, sorry. Yeah, kidding. I'm sure they've been using that for a long time. They were available even before ChatGPT. Without the experts, you cannot deal those very complex software infrastructures. But this is democratizing. Business professionals also can deal with some kind of code, or as a starting point. It can also help you debug, test the code as well. Really, really great to improve the productivity of the employees. OpenAI ChatGPT's company CEO also emphasized the creativity here. Which one in the Nike and Tiffany models? A or B? A? Anyone B? A few. This is more human side of the audience. Yeah, this is a bit like a space thing. When we look at especially education sector, the world is like split. There's fear that we should stop, we should ban students using, but there is also embrace some professors keeping it mandatory to use ChatGPT to do their homework, or they are distributing ChatGPT generated text to the employees to do that stuff. Really, we should be in the embrace side of it with all these benefits here. Because We might see our pictures in some presentations 50 years later that we were protesting against ChatGPT and people laugh at us. But the message for us, for the workforce or for your employees is Ima. Ima is a virtual model. She's starting at commercials, ads, and already working with these famous brands here. Even the job of actors, actresses is about the change. Voice actors, it is more threatened here, I can tell. But for marketing people, do we have any marketing people here? Anyone from marketing? A few? This is great for you. If you did any shooting, all the redo, etc., the time and cost, she does whatever you type. You don't do redo. She is cheaper. And also, she doesn't appear, she doesn't fight with her husband, etc., doesn't appear in bad scenes, etc. So in many cases, opportunity for brands and marketeers. Do you remember your answers? Okay. We have only a few correct answers in the room that D is real human. So statistically, we have more than 30 people in the room. It means that you are a population. You should have guessed at least 25% of you should have guessed it right, statistically normal.
May I make a comment here?
Yes, please.
The visuals which you showed are mostly, the ones which AI created, are mostly dramatic.
Dramatic, these ones?
Like they show, they represent like a movie from a very big budget Hollywood thing. So my game, I told myself it's me, but I didn't raise my hand. I just assumed myself.
Okay.
Other images, they feel like there's more editing involved.
Okay. Yeah. So we can say statistically that AI is more human than humans at this level of generative AI. Definitely, this is like one of the proofs that we should dig deeper and embrace this productivity for all the workforce, all our employees with AI. Another thing, what we should get from generative AI is prompt engineering. The way you communicate with ChatGPT alters the output, the result, the answer you get. It might even be the wrong versus correct answer, the way how you communicate with ChatGPT, because it's just a 7-month-old baby. We still don't know very well how to communicate. We are still exploring its capabilities. So there are a lot of resources out there. Yesterday we did one session about prompt engineering too. Definitely, this is one of the top skills of our time with the adaptability quotient, that how do you get the best output from ChatGPT and other tools. So please investigate prompt engineering further. Any questions so far? All good? Okay, let's see how AI is used in HR and people management practices. Most companies are doing these employee satisfaction surveys every year. Is it the case in your companies as well? Yearly employee HR surveys to get the mood of the employees? Okay. Is there anyone doing investment in stock market, Forex, Bitcoins? Few people? Yeah. Okay. So you will still continue investing, okay? Tomorrow, I will ask you to make some buy and sell decisions, but I will only give you 1-year-old data. I will give you data of 20 July last year, 2022, and I will ask you make buy and sell decisions tomorrow. Can you do that? No. So HR is trying to do the same. There is 1-year-old data of these survey results. With everything is changing in the world, all the digitalization, generative AI, all the trends, behaviors are changing, but we are trying to shape our HR services with 1-year-old data. Definitely we need to adapt, we need to come with this real-time data. I gave you the example of AI in machine learning, that how it learns from the past hires. It is great to shorten the process. I had worked on this project myself and we presented our very, very primitive, very initial results. It wasn't like performing good at all, but still our CHRO was amazed. By just looking at CVs, you had achieved this performance. He was amazed because it takes 4 months to achieve the same with the regular interview process. But at the same time, it leads to some bias. You keep hiring the same type of people. You would go away from diversity. This is something to be careful about. Churn, employees leaving the company. I heard the war for talent is about to get hotter in Pakistan, so we cannot afford to let some of employees leave as well. And we can use AI to predict, I worked in this project as well, to predict which employee is about to leave. To give you some insight, those employees who are trained well, who did some flagship trainings like AI, etc., are attracted more to the other employees. So just for your thing. But also some women employees who just get delivered baby, usually they are better taken care of, better benefits, less working hours. They are more engaged to the company. A lot of insights to check here. Anyone using Netflix? Almost everyone. So when all of us, if we open the Netflix app now, we would see a different screen, right? Different suggestions, different recommendations. But why don't we do the same with HR, with our people practice? We can segment the employees. Like Netflix is doing that, the watcher based on your taste, action lovers, drama lovers, Ertuğrul lovers, and suggesting similar content according to your segment. So how we can do the same? How we can go into personalized recommendations, career recommendations, development recommendations, training recommendations, etc. So when they open the HR portal in the company, in our internal system, they see something personalized, something for them. And this is possible also. Marketing has been doing that for ages now. We just need to apply the same algorithms. I did this as well, and we found really, really interesting insights. There were some undiscovered employee segments available, and we worked to develop some HR services for them. And coming back to generative AI, the robots, improving productivity. So HR should play a key role here to proactively manage this. That 37%, if so many employees use that, let's say 10%, 30% employees are experts in ChatGPT, how it will look like in terms of our future of shape of our employees. Or if you look at all like I showed you the transition of the works for finance, how much of their work will be digitalized so that we need to start upskilling them, marketing, sales, supply chain, what will their skills look like in 2 or 3 years now in terms of automation and everything, so we can start upskilling them. So HR should play a key role here, proactively manage these decisions. Not human resources anymore. With all these different resources, maybe we should call HR X resources, so managing all kinds of resources here. And you didn't tell me what is the alternative for those yearly surveys. I challenged that, but there was no pushback here. And here are my suggestions. And we started this project in my previous company as well. By using the security cameras in the office, we aimed to measure the mood, real-time mood of the employees, their emotions in the camera. We took a brief look in those camera footage to understand. Every morning, people are walking in like zombies. Really, no motivation at all. And in the evening, they are like running away from fire. Really, you can't imagine. Only one day, only on Fridays, people walk in happy because there was free breakfast in the office. And we called the project Every Day is Friday. So this is one creative thing to tackle that. The other one is election polls. Are you familiar with election polls? That just before election, they announce their predictions. They don't ask everybody, right? They don't ask the whole population, right? They have a representative sample of the people. They only ask them and estimate the result. So can we find representative sample of employees which we engage with more frequently, ask them more frequently, so they represent all our employee base? There is a lot to do, and if you are still not convinced, I can give you this code. Did anyone watch the movie Moneyball? Brad Pitt, general manager of a baseball team. And this team was the first sports team to do data analytics to evaluate the performance of the players. You know, the statistics, the averages, the shooting, whatever, etc., scoring averages. They were the first one. And they noticed, of course, there were undervalued, overvalued players. They went for the all undervalued players by just looking at statistics, and their results were great. So the movie is based on this book, and here is a quote from the book. Game of baseball is happening in front of everyone. Everyone. There are 30,000 live spectators in the stadium. Millions of audiences in front of their TVs, hundreds of scouts, commentators, coaches, you name them. If performance of the baseball player still miscalculated, there are overvalued, undervalued, while everything is happening in front of everyone, what does it say for the rest of the workforce? We are not doing our jobs in front of TVs, right? Currently, you are watching me. There's recording as well. But we are usually in front of our laptops. So we need more and more data-driven, AI-driven approaches in HR. Okay, I usually like telling the good stories and good side of AI, but we wanted to tackle the challenges a little bit slightly, but still we will finish with the positive notes as well. So as in the use cases of AI, we can identify, we can dig many risks associated with AI as well, unfortunately. And I'll show you the most common major ones so you don't blame me after if anything happens, okay? One of them is the bias. The same thing with the recruitment. There are some police prediction, Pred poll is one of them, that are predicting the criminal activities in some neighborhoods, so they mobilize the securities accordingly. They also apply it in cases when there are some suspects. They try to predict which one is the actual criminal, but this is biased, of course. With the past data, as you can imagine, in this situation, the black woman was labeled criminal, whereas he was the white male was the actual criminal. So if you all rely on the past data, if your data is biased, all your records are black people committing crime, maybe intentionally or unintentionally you eliminate white from the data, then it's just learning from the data. It is doing that. Stop sign, you put 4 rubbers, black and white rubbers, and AI thinks this is a speed limit sign. Very dangerous for self-driving cars. You don't need to be a hacker to hack into AI systems. We have cybersecurity expert Kadir here. So this is very, very important. Your models should be robust. You should test it in as many cases as possible. You should be able to identify that. There is the black box challenge also, that in many cases you don't know how the algorithm is recognizing the stop sign, especially if you go into deep learning. So we don't advise to start with those black box algorithms right away. Just start with the essential machine learning algorithms. And ChatGPT now hundreds of millions of people are interacting with. It's definitely out of control. If it does this kind of a statement, then like Microsoft, you would have to apologize. That again, the model should be robust. Like your chatbot. Whose company has a chatbot? Anyone? For your customers? Yeah, then if your chatbot gives a bad answer like this, you would have to apologize. Something to be very, very test in some situations is very important. And of course, the job, we covered that one already, that it is about transformation. But those who resist, those doing those repetitive tasks, routine tasks, which are direct target of AI, their skills gap is higher. They should go extra mile to upskill themselves to join the race, but there is this risk apparently. And using AI for autonomous weapons, it's there. We are seeing some drones equipped with gunfire. There was this Black Mirror episode. If you watched Killer Bees, they're all autonomous and they can penetrate through air conditioning system as well. It was a bit scary. And also you don't need weapons now. Social media, Cambridge Analytica did with Facebook in 2016 US elections when Trump won. By analyzing the moods and opinion of the people, they slightly by showing relative change the opinion of the people, and they confess. And it's also available on Facebook called The Great Hack. And ethical aspects, self-driving car, brake not working. If it goes straight, there are several people. If it just turns the wheel, other people, children, elderly, what to do? Never-ending question. I've shared this in another event in a conference. One participant said, if she's my wife, then okay. So also for us, it is not easy to answer this question, but when it is some autonomous car, it becomes more exaggerated. It makes the news. So a bit of a challenge, a barrier for the adoption of AI. That similar example of the stop sign. This is a tabby cat. You are making a very slight change at the pixel level, which is not visible to our eyes. And AI thinks this is guacamole, a food, a meal, for those who are not familiar. It's not visible to our eyes, right? Anyone can see the guacamole here? No. Again, you don't need to be a hacker, but your models should be robust to deal with many, many similar cases and shouldn't be affected by these kind of situations. Your decisions shouldn't be near the decision boundary. You should have more robust definitions. And PwC is a responsible AI framework, if you like to explore, helping with the governance of the models, compliance, risk management, of course. How do we eliminate the bias in the data and tackle with ethical and regulatory questions as well? I will suggest it's a very good roadmap to help you. Okay, final part. What does it mean for us? Any questions so far?
Sorry,
Yes, please.
in this
Previous.
What is this? Are you going to explain this, or will you be giving?
It's a long framework actually. You can just explore. Sorry.
Where do we explore it from?
Yeah, this is comprehensive. So we have a cyber practice leader here. I suggest you connect our session, Kadir Bey here. So this is basically helping companies overcome these AI risks, AI challenges, okay? By looking at governance, bias, ethical aspects, privacy, security, etc., etc. Okay, so this is the framework to approach and tackle those risks and challenges. Another question? Okay, so AI is really a rabbit hole. You can jump into deep learning algorithms. You can look into different aspects, etc. You might want to invest in a large AI experts or cloud, GPT, GPUs, whatever, etc. So it is important to know where we are going here. So this is our recommended approach to start with company-wide knowledge. These kind of sessions to your employees. Prepare your workforce to work with AI. And then ask them to come up with ideas to tackle, solve their problems. When they know what is machine learning, how it works, the use cases of AI, they will be the best people to identify a problem and know it can be solved with AI. Because IT teams, time is limited. They cannot serve everyone in the company and come up with AI projects for them. It should be more like a push kind of a strategy. Then, pilot projects, kicking it off immediately is very essential. We have senior delegates here. They are the likely sponsor of this kind of initiatives, and they would like to see some quick benefits. To continue the support, as I said in the CHRO example, just directly try some algorithms. We call quick and dirty algorithms. Just go for it, use simple algorithms, use code from ChatGPT or low-code systems, etc., whatever you can, but do something and show some progress. Because you might spend 3 months, 6 months, still try to improve a model, it won't help you go anywhere. Those pilot projects, also to see it can be solved with AI, to show the benefit to your management. You would probably need larger groups, more data, more computer power, etc. to get that next phase of the budget and support. It's very essential. Then some people, some of your employees, workforce, will lead the way, will go the extra mile. They will spend in the evenings. They will join these kind of sessions out of working hours. You need to recognize them. Make them be the champions of the change. Help them or make them help other employees to prepare for the future as well. It's very important to encourage them, otherwise they would be discouraged. And all this generative AI and everything, it is going very, very fast. So it's not just you did one project and halas, finish. You need to review all the advancements, innovations happening in the space. Individual level, the skills gap. PwC CEO survey asked, what is the skills gap in your employees? The gap between ideal skills and current skills. And the CEOs answered, the gap is widest in the area of data and AI. So our CEOs, we have some CEOs in the room, maybe can confirm, want us more skilled in data and AI. And other survey results indicate CEOs claim they are losing at least 5% of their revenue because of the not necessarily skills employed by the people. So to make your CEOs happy, so better upskill yourselves here. So what does AI skill set look like? If you want to go a bit more technical, be those enablers of change. Some mathematics to understand algorithms. Some technology skills to build those algorithms. Python, the most common one. Or you can use ChatGPT, code generation tools to get it. Not hacking, but those kind of skills. And most importantly, what you already have, business skills. For other people, your data will be just numbers. But for you, you see the people behind them. For HR, the employees behind. For marketing, you see the customers behind that data. So you are the best people because you have this circle to become some AI practitioner. Please don't underestimate that. And the skills gap is widest in these advanced areas, data science, AI, natural language processing as well, according to the same report. So a lot of opportunity. The gap is widest. It means that the amount of skilled people is least in these areas. So another opportunity. I heard Pakistan is good at outsourcing employees, especially doing export services, etc. So it's a great opportunity to fill this gap here. So my simple message would be, don't switch careers, just add AI. Be ex-AI. AI in marketing, AI in HR, AI in finance. You don't need to move to AI. And this is how we imagine the human of the future. At the core, best at these human skills which we cannot teach robots. How do you download your data of your purpose from your brain and give it to a webcam or whatever? Your passion, your curiosity, critical thinking. There is no data, right, that we can extract, download from ourselves. And outside, experts in their business functions, that business acumen I showed you, and master of the emerging technologies, AI or others, whatever relevant for your industry, for your business. This is how human or the business professional of the future looks like. Thank you very much for your time and contribution to the activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sami, for this wonderful speech presentation that you gave. It really was enlightening, and for the experts sitting here, for the early learners like myself and many others, it has been a great enlightening experience for all of us. You gave quite relevant examples, and I think most of us can relate to it. And when we go back to our home, to our offices, we'll be more informed. So thank you very much for that. Friends, we have come to the towards the end of the session. We have been, fortunate enough to have with us our chief guest, the chief executive of Bank Islami, Mr. Syed Amir Ali, who I now request to, give some concluding remarks, share his thoughts on the subject, and then present a token of appreciation to our distinguished faculty. So, Amir bhai, please join us on the stage.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Hamza, and thank you, Sami, for teaching us today. So, firstly, I would like to honestly admit that I have never studied AI. I have attended courses in universities on data sciences. I would say statistical modeling and computer programming, but this is something new for me. My knowledge is very superficial about the subject, so I would only say that the wild idea of Hamza to invite me here as chief guest is something like generative AI. But few things which I always dwell upon when I see this disruptive environment around us in which we are living today. And a lot of answers are there in the history, and a lot of the answers are not in the history, they are in the future. You have to predict the future for that. But if you see all the concepts behind machine learning and artificial intelligence are somewhere linked to data. And data, if you goes back, is linked to statistics. And if you goes back behind it, it's linked to algebra. So algebra was invented by Al-Khwarizmi in 1780. So it's like 1300, 1400 years ago. So, and then after that, the modern form of statistics today, which is being used behind machine learning, is it actually, although it was an evolutionary process, but the modern form is considered to be invented in 1662. So almost after say 900 years when algebra was invented. And then the greatest revolution started in this 19th century. And when I study the history, to me, it appears it started after the invention of microchip, which happened in 1958. So after that, we have these all small computers, these smartwatches, everything is dependent upon that microchip. If you take that one technology out, all these machines will stop working. All these even calculators will stop working. And then the next thing which happened very soon after that was internet. And on internet, it is considered it was in 1980s, probably 82 or 83 or 84. So after that, we started having huge amount of data because of internet. Earlier, the data was all dispersed in magazines and books and papers. So it was not possible for the computer programs or the microchips to leverage on that data. And as Sami just told us, that 90% of the data has been created during last 3 years. And thanks to internet and microprocessors. And as a result of that, those tools of statistics and algebra on which today's machine learning and artificial intelligence is to a large extent based on became very effective. Because now there is enough processing power and enough repository of data to use those statistical models to have predictor variable and output variables. Because the concept is very simple. When we used to study statistics, there used to be independent variables and dependent variables. So you put a couple of independent variables and get an outcome of a dependent variable. So these independent are predictor, that one is an outcome variable. Now, because of the evolution and the ability of machines to handle huge amount of data, we have much robust models. And the models are evolving every day as well. Earlier, we used to have static models. And the model have become evolving. So this whole paradigm of data sciences with the help of these machines and internet and data repositories and artificial intelligence has completely changed and has enabled us to do things differently. But if we go back to the history again, there were a lot of things which humans used to do themselves, and then over a period of time, they started using other tools for that. For example, at one point in time, if you have to carry some, say, for example, heavy payload from one place to another, it was laborers who has to carry it. Then the human decided about training the animals, which were physically much more powerful than us, not mentally, but physically. They were more efficient, either like horses or have the ability to carry more load like elephants. So humans started to use horses and elephants. Then the time progressed and they found out that the machines or the mechanical engines has more power and efficiency and effectiveness than animals. So humans started to use those machines, which are like your trucks and cars and cranes and trains and planes. And now this new technology, which is your artificial intelligence and machine learning and data sciences. So humans will use these tools to do those things with the human body, which is actually very weak, will not be able to do. And interestingly, if we go to the holy book of Quran, there are 3 creations which are mentioned there, the human beings, insan, the jinns, and the angels, farishtas. Which is the weakest physical creature? Human beings. And which is ashraful makhluqat? Human beings. Because of what? Not because of their ability to handle data, to store data, but their ability to use logic to handle that data and to look into the future and to do things which even the jinns and the farishtas were not able to do. Because if you refer back to Surah Baqarah, where Allah Ta'ala has said to the farishta, to the angels and to Iblis at that point in time, that I know what you don't know. And the Quran then says literally that Allah Ta'ala taught few names to Hazrat Adam alayhi salam. And then when he asked about those things in front of angels and jinns, Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was the only creature who was able to give the right answers. So if you dwell upon it, it was about logic. It was not about memorizing, because definitely the angels are better in memorizing things, because it was the angel who used to bring the message to the Holy Prophet. It means he was taught something, he memorized it and delivered it here. But it was not the angel who spread Islam for the entire universe. So the ability of human brain should not ever be undermined. And that's why it's called artificial intelligence. It's not real intelligence. You see gold, like when I tell my wife to buy this jewelry, she always like to buy in gold, not the artificial ones. The artificial ones look nicer, prettier, but still they are artificial. So this intelligence is also artificial. So we have to use it for our benefit. We don't need to get overwhelmed with that. We don't need to believe that it will take away our jobs. Or we don't need even to believe that one day there will be all robots sitting in this room and there is a robot talking to them. So this is a lot of fantasy in it, which is shown in movies. I think this is something which is there to help human beings. And of course, human beings have to be responsive, because the explosive was also developed to help human beings, but later on it was used to kill human beings as well. So it's about how you use a technology responsibly. So responsible use, as Sami said, is very important, yes. And I'm not going into any more technical details because I actually don't know about it. So the idea which actually I wanted to share, that we should be happy that we have a lot of data, we have an access to internet, we have access to these algorithms which can drive results, which can give output, so as we have the ability to make more informed decisions. Earlier, we used to rely more on our gut feel or a limited scale research by collecting sample data, sending out students and researchers in the market to collect data on the forms. Now you can get it from the internet. So it has made our life simple. So this will allow us to make better decisions, to make our world a better place to live for human beings. So thank you so much.
So when Amir Bhai was giving his remarks as chief guest, a small piece of poetry came to my mind from Allama Iqbal, who said that है दिल के लिए मौत मशीनों की हुकूमत, एहसास मुरव्वत को कुचल देते हैं हालात. तो ये कि एहसास मुरव्वत जो है ये नहीं कुचलना चाहिए. बाकी these are all tools to help human beings to advance our businesses and our workplaces. So, folks, we are now coming to a close. Before we present a small token of appreciation to our distinguished guest and our chief guest, I would like to also acknowledge the presence of you, distinguished friends and leaders of corporate sector who arrived here at a very short notice. Some of my class fellows from the class of May 1996 IB are sitting at the back, constantly making chirping noises and all that. So, yeah, thank you for being here. I acknowledge Mr. Suhail Yaqub Khan, the former Chief Risk Officer at Bank Alphala, now Vice President at Asian Development Bank, Manila. I have, we have guest and participants from National Bank, from Alphala Bank, from PMAX, friends from, Angro, and many places. Of particular, I would like to, thank you, Shakib Bhai, for being here, from Nemat Collateral, Chief Executive, Fareed Saab from AKT Securities. We have a partner from KPMG Advisory Services, Adnan Rizvi Saab. Khurram is Shahzad, very well-known, analyst who you see on television these days, famous economist, and also an AI, expert. Economic, yeah, you can call him an economist also. Maybe he's, I think, given the fact that the kind of economists we watch on TV as analyst, Khurram is by far one of on top of his game. Thank you, Khurram, for being here. My mentor, Humayun Saab, thank you, sir, for being here. And distinguished friends, everyone, Muneeb, Ikram Saab, Farhan Saab, each one of you, I'm greatly, honored to have you with us, Arif. And special mention to my friend Abdul Qadir. I would request him to rise and, be identified. If you can identify yourself. Qadir has been assisting, he is the executive director for AF Ferguson's and has been helping us and Sammy for his interventions, in the last 2-3 days. So I now invite Qadir, could you please also join us on stage? And I also request Sammy Kumluk for being here. And I would, encourage all of you to interact with Sammy because he will be here for some time. And after, breaking his fast, he's fasting. So we'll then move on to some, we'll take him to some place and then he has a flight to catch. So Amir bhai, if you could help me and present this, token of our appreciation to Sammy Kumluk. Sammy, this is, something that will remind you about Pakistan. It's we have, beautiful memories for you.